Hello everybody, today we'll be making 5 tips on DayZ Standalone for beginners. So keep in mind, like I said, this is for beginners, normally not for players who played on here for thousands of hours. So if you guys do learn something, be sure to leave a like, and I'll see you guys later. For number 5, I'll be explaining how you never can trust anybody on DayZ. When it comes to DayZ, trust is a big issue, because normally gear is sometimes more better than friends or meeting players on DayZ. So when you actually meet somebody on DayZ and you have a lot of gear, there is a slight chance that they will try killing you, and normally you can't really trust somebody with a weapon because they will most likely kill you in order to get the weapon, because that's just how DayZ is. So normally when you're running around, yeah, I'm not saying you can't trust anybody, but most of the time when it comes to talking to people, they will try knocking you out. And the video I'm currently showing is one encounter I had at Electro, and I was just talking to somebody and trading some supplies with them, and they just knocked me out. And that's how things work in DayZ. You just had to learn to understand that that's what happens on this game, and you can't really avoid it. You can, try your best to try being friendly with some players, but it won't happen all the time. That's just how the game works. For number 4, I'll be talking about gear fear, or being afraid to lose your gear. Now in DayZ, every single update, which is, normally updates don't really have a time. Every couple months is normally update, depending on how long the developers want to take for an update. But normally every update, you will lose your gear. And not only will you lose your gear on updates, but you will lose your gear from just fighting or from bugs or whatever DayZ gives you on the game. Now, what I mean by gear fear is just being afraid of using your gear and losing it from other players. Now, when it comes to DayZ, you're not going to keep your gear forever. So, normally, players who just first start playing will be afraid to log back into their character or actually go to Northwest or Tizzy or wherever to use their gear and try killing other players with it and have any chance of losing it. When I first started playing, when I got a shotgun from Electro or a rack or whatever, I would log off and I would never really want to go on that character a lot because I was afraid to lose the gear. And I normally camped a lot. So my point is, when you first start playing, yeah, sure, you can be cautious about the weapons you have, but don't actually have gear fear. When you get an M4, you have to realize that you're going to lose it sooner or later. So don't be logging off or, camping a lot. I'm not saying don't camp at all. Sometimes you got to camp or whatever, or just you feel like camping. But my point is, actually use the gear. In this video I have what I'm showing you right now, I logged off. I didn't want to lose my gear. My friends ended up dying because I was actually the only one left, but in the end I logged off and I didn't feel like attacking them have any chance of losing my gear because I had gear fear and I didn't want to lose it. So that's my point. When you get weapons, don't be afraid to actually attack others, because in the end everybody's going to lose the gear anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Just use the gear and have fun. For number 3, I'll be talking about apple trees. Now, apple trees are the number 1 source of energy on DayZ Standalone. Now, you can easily get hydrated, energized, and even healthy as soon as you spawn by just finding an apple tree. You can easily glitch, which I'm not going to show you how. You can go online if you want to find out, because I completely disagree on the topic of apple trees and how to glitch them. Because you can easily just walk up and glitch some apples and you'll be hydrated for hours. Now, to me, I think this completely ruins DayZ. However, there's a lot of people who played thousands of hours who completely disagree and think the complete opposite and say that apple trees are an easy source of energy, and that every time you should spawn in, you should find an apple tree and always stay energized. But the thing is about DayZ is that you have to survive. Now, being able to just walk up to an apple tree and have your only source of food is just an apple is just nonsense. Like, you should be able to search houses like I'm showing you right now, and, you know, find weapons like I just did, you know, find some magazines like I just did, and search for food at the same time. That's the whole point of this game, is survival and finding other players and staying alive. Just walking up to an apple tree and just eating apples is not the way to go in this game, because it won't make the game fun at all. So if you're beginning this game, don't even try going for apple trees. Just search for the food, and you will understand what I mean when you play as time goes. For number 2, I'll be talking about sticks and rocks. Now, sticks are, you know, sticks. Like, you can get them from trees and whatever, but sticks in this game are really powerful. So you can pretty much knock out anybody with a stick, unless they have a helmet, then that's a different story. It may take a couple times, but sticks are OP in this game. Now, if you use an axe, you can still knock people out, or if you use a shovel, you can still knock people out. But when it comes to a stick, you know, you can easily get it from a tree, and you can pretty much do anything with it. You can knock anybody out, and it's really easy to do so. As you can see what I'm doing right now, I was also talking about rocks. So you can also find rocks, which you can make into knives and cut pretty much anything. You can cut your shirt to make rags, you can go up to trees and get branches or get sticks like I was just talking about. Also with rocks, if you kill somebody and they have a rock, you can still use it even though it's ruined. Like if you shot them in the chest and they have the rock in there, you can still use that. Also, rocks can only be found at the shore. So when I'm talking about cutting things for rags, that's really important if you need a rag during a firefight. So getting a stick and a rock at the shore can really help you. Now you can see right now, it does take a while to actually get a rock. There's only like a 10% chance, but when you get one, as you can see right now, you can make it into the knife, and then you can go up to a tree and either get a branch or a stick. Right now I'm, getting a stick because that's what I'm talking about, because sticks are OP. Now, you can also see that I'm currently putting it in my hotbar. You can easily access it through your hotbar, like with an axe, or if you had a weapon. When you take it out of your hotbar and put it in your hotbar, you gotta stop walking. But with a stick, you can press F1 nonstop and take it out of your inventory, put it back in your inventory. And it doesn't actually change the movement. Like if you don't have a stick in your inventory, you can still walk the same speed compared to having a stick in your inventory. It doesn't actually change the speed. So rocks and sticks are pretty important. For number 1, I'll be talking about how to get to different parts of the map really quickly. And that's by glitching, as you can see right now, my rag or road flare. First, I'll be showing you the rag. The road flare does the same thing. But basically what you have to do is press F11, G, and then quickly press the left part of your mouse and hold it down, and then wait until the rag or road flare, whatever you have to kill yourself, goes all the way up towards your head. And the next thing you know, it will kill you, and then you can respawn and go to a different part of the map, instead of running around trying to find a way to kill yourself. Now, you can also see, I'm about to show you in a second, you can do the same thing with the road flare. Now, you can't like do it for all objects. It's only the rags and road flare. That's just how it works. But normally, if you want to get to a certain location quickly, or you just don't want to run to that location, or you got to meet up with a friend really quickly to get some gear or whatnot, you'll have to do this, because this is one of the main ways. If you don't want to do this glitch, then you can just, do whatever you want and just run over there, but that's going to end up taking 30 minutes. So I do recommend using this because, someday it won't actually be here on the game and they'll take it away. And then it's going to end up taking a half an hour to get to a certain place. And that's not fun whatsoever. So it is F11G and then left click with the mouse. If you do have a problem doing it, you may just be doing it wrong. But that's the way you have to do it. It does take a while to learn when you first start doing it, but as soon as you do it and get the hang of it, it'll be really easy to do so. And now you can see right now, I finally found the place where I want to go, so that's where my adventure begins.